What am I doing? Okay. Give it help to be prepared. Okay.
These ruins are impressive, aren't they? Imagine this edifice before the war, when the erect ramparts had been standing for centuries. These ruins are impressive.
So apparently I already talked to him. I can't remember what I did. We talked to him already, right? Let's make sure.
Come in. It's
Oh, it's very kind of you to visit me, Father.
Yeah, we already talked to her. So we have to talk to the other two that we needed to phone number for, which means I need to see if I actually have their phone number.
number, please.
Yeah.
Alpha Eula. Put me through to Germany. Unit 321941.
This is Professor Heinrich von Kruger.
This is Father Arno Moriani. Professor, I'm calling back to ask for your help.
How can I help you?
Well, it's rather delicate to explain. You should know, first of all, that I belong to the Holy Congregation of Rites. I came to Blood of this Day to investigate the life of Martha Caligaro.
Would you like me to talk to you about her? She was a remarkable woman.
To tell the truth, my mission has changed. For reasons that would be a little long to explain, I now have to investigate vampires.
Try doing it this way.
Oh, tell me, the Catholic Church has started to believe in vampires.
On the contrary, my superiors want to combat this belief. They're alarmed to see how resistant it still is in the 20th century.
Ah, yeah, very good. If it's to fight superstition, you can count on my influence.
It will be invaluable to me, for I need the viewpoint of a scientist on the vampire myth.
You realize this is the very subject of the research I was carrying out with Dr. Caligaro. We discovered a disease, the P syndrome, whose symptoms are quite similar to those attributed to the victims of vampires. So the legend is based on specific medical facts. Dr. Caligaro contacted me when she was caring for a patient called Marescu. His granulocytes showed a very curious anomaly. She sent me a blood sample by carrier pigeon, and we worked on this case together. The result of our collaboration was the discovery of P syndrome. Afterwards, we had to specify the cause of the disease and perfect a serum. For that, I needed statistical data. I asked Dr. Caligaro to take a large number of samples from the population of Vladiviste. Unfortunately, the war interrupted our research.
Did you pick up again with Martha Caligaro after the end of the hostilities?
It wasn't possible for me to contact her immediately. When I was finally able to phone the dispensary, she was dead. It was Dr. Florescu who answered me. Of course. I've been insisting for some time now that she do so. As soon as she sends me the results, I'm missing, I'll be able to find a serum that's effective against P syndrome.
Uh-huh. That's effective against vampires. That's great.
I just say that they're not supernatural creatures, but there certainly do exist mentally ill people who are bloodthirsty. Look at Countess Elizabeth Baton, who in the 16th century led to death hundreds of young girls before she was walled up alive in her Carpathian castle. In addition, as I mentioned, patients afflicted afflicted with the P syndrome suffer from very odd physical and psychological disorders that make them resemble the victims of vampires.
Mm-hmm. Sure, they do. Yeah, I know something, although I'm not telling you, though. I'm sorry.
What did these patients do?
They went out alone in the night, as if they were answering a call. They ripped off the garlic necklaces the doctor had placed on them.
Somnambulism, allergy to garlic. Those signs are most likely associated with P syndrome, as are pallor, drawn features, anemia, and other symptoms we haven't yet discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, yeah. What an abominable lie.
You're too severe. That's not what Oscar Wilde thought.
I won't tell you what I think of Oscar Wilde, and I'll limit myself to the novelty. It's a tissue of inconsistency. Let's see. Stoker affirms that those who die as victims of a vampire should become one in turn. So at that rate, vampirism should spread like an epidemic, with a growth rate faster than Fibonacci's famous immortal sequence. In a first stage, all of mankind would be vampirized, and then, in a second, the vampires would also disappear, not having any victims left to feed on. So, Stoker's hypothesis is therefore perfectly absurd. No species can live without regulation.
But you have to be a virgin to be turned into a vampire, I think, on his, don't you?
Stoker considers himself a historian and a scientist, but he's just an oddball. His novel is a collection of implausibilities. Take the character of Lucy. That woman, he keeps saying, is getting better, until she just dies. A victim of Dracula, she's treated by transfusion. Blind, of course, because at the time, we knew nothing of blood type. In those conditions, what are the chances the patient will accept the donor's blood?
About 1 out of 3, if my recollections are good. Nonetheless, in desperate cases, it's worth the trouble to try.
Certainly. But the good Professor Van Helsing, who is always described as a genius, repeated the operation with 4 different donors. The chances of survival for that poor Lucy then fell to less than 2%. It's probably the transfusion that killed her, and not Dracula. Let's get back to Van Helsing, supposedly an expert in vampires. He teaches us that they can read minds and change into bats. However, he's not worried about finding one of the latter at the window of the room in which he's holding a meeting. And then he seems so surprised that Dracula knows his plan. The naivety of that character is irritating.
I don't like this doctor.
Yeah, I know the work of now. They call it expressionism. But for me, those morbid fantasies have much more to do with pathology. Tell me, could I ask you a personal question? Listening to your voice, I have the feeling that you're a little tense.
Yes, I'm not sleeping well.
Nothing else? You can confide in me. I'm a doctor, you know.
Well, sometimes I get the
Cue
feeling
the
I'm
music.
being spied upon. I'm sure it's only an impression, but it's becoming an obsession.
Father Arno, you are sensitive and susceptible, like our late lamented Dr. Caligari. These are qualities, but they make you vulnerable. Above all, don't let your imagination govern you.
That's good advice. Thank you. I'll try to follow it. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Father.
Well, now I need to talk to the other one.
Number, please.
I don't really like either of these people that much.
This is Arena Boxoff.
This is Father Arno Moriani. Hello, Professor. At the request of my hierarchy, I'm investigating the persistence of certain superstitions. You are an authority on questions of folklore and popular beliefs.
You flatter me. Let's say that I've had the good fortune to inherit the library of my predecessor, Professor Hermann von Bergen. But tell me, what exactly is your investigation focused on?
The belief in those imaginary creatures called vampires.
Vampires. You're interested in vampires.
Just to demystify them, the Catholic Church wants to fight this superstition.
I have serious reserves about getting into the subject. I am in great demand, you know. Could you be more precise about the framework in which you're conducting your inquiry?
I was entrusted with it by Monsignor Felicio Briganti of the Congregation of Rites. If need be, you can contact him by calling Vatican 63.
Your references are serious. I'll accept to help you, Father, but I don't trust the telephone. Could you visit me at my office in Budapest?
Certainly. As early as tomorrow, if it's all right with you.
Very good. I'll expect you.
Oh, I forgot. I was told that you possess a volume related to my inquiry. A biography of Vlad Tepes?
That's true. Professor von Bergen left me Michel Beheim's account in verse. It's a 16th century manuscript, very precious. But did you know that the German prose version was reprinted in 1905? It's a brochure entitled Geschichte Dracula Vida, brought out by the Friends of the Vatican Library.
Published by the Friends of the Vatican Library? In that case, it won't be difficult for me to procure a copy. Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, Father.
I'm gonna talk to him to get the brochure.
Number, please.
Oh, you ass.
Number, please.
This is Cardinal Felicio Briganti.
This is Father Arno Moriani. I intend to go have a discussion with Professor Irina Boxov in Budapest to complete my file on vampires.
Very good. Will you be coming back to Rome directly afterwards?
If you don't see any problem with it, I'll go back to Vladiviste first. I'll be more tranquil there to write out my conclusions.
Ah, an excellent idea. You'll be able to take advantage of the fresh country air. I also plan on spending a week or two in the country.
Oh, I almost forgot. Could you have a work that was published by the Friends of the Vatican Library sent to me?
Certainly.
It's a bound volume, Geschichte Dracula Vida, reprinted in 1905.
No problem. I'll send it to you at your inn. Let me insist on one point, Arno. For your research, it's important that you consult with best scientific experts. We need the authority of a doctor and a historian to support your conclusions.
I understand.
And after you've finished your work, make sure you get some rest.
Goodbye, Your Eminence.
Be well, Arno.
He used to correspond regularly with Martha before the war. He didn't believe in vampires. According to him, the victims were sick people who needed to be cured. Martha shared his opinion at the beginning. It was during the war that she understood the truth.
So you say. Oh wait, I need to go.
Ozana, I'm leaving for Budapest for a day or two. Would you please keep my room?
Well, that is...
Naturally, I'll pay you for my keep, even for the nights that I'm not here.
In that case, of course, Father. I'll keep your room for you. She's back. The swindler. With her cards and her dice. She's cheated many a man. What a scandal.
Well, apparently they don't like gypsies here. That's good to know. I'm gonna go the wrong way on purpose. Okay, so he's not here yet. I will get there eventually. I just went the wrong way. There we go. Gypsy's still here. I'm not talking to you though. Yeah, because I really have a choice of where I'm going. There's only 2 places on the map. I'm already out the one. Yeah. Where is Mary standing? We've never been there before.